know that Coach Boyd Fernandez will be keying in on these two-star players ng Letran.
Well, they begin the fourth quarter. Ang tinititigan po nila is a 21-point mountain. And it's a red mountain at that, with a lion guarding it at the foot, the middle, and the top. As Beda tries to protect this mammoth lead they have in the fourth period, and Letran trying to pull off another classic Letran miracle. They've done it before countless of times. As we take a look at the quarter scoring, they're trying to do it one more time here against Beda.
It's really been a struggle offensively para dito sa Letran. Starting off only with 18 points in that first half. They got things going on the third quarter with 16 points. Kaya lang yung depensa nila still not kicking in, giving San Beda 18 points on that play.
Ford Ruwaya will exit the ball game. He will be the first to march.
Napakaaga pa, just the start of the fourth quarter. Ford Ruwaya already will hit the showers with only 4 points to his name.
Coach Caloy Garcia, he had something to say to the referees, because he felt like Art de la Cruz said something to Ford as Ford was exiting the floor, but Coach Caloy and Coach Boyet, as well as Art de la Cruz, all looking at each other, smiles on their faces there. Just another complexity dito sa ating laro, but no harm, no foul. Competitive spirit from both sides.
Nice dish mula dito kay Cruz. So those are some of the things that they missed with Almazan, able to complete that play instead of just getting a foul.
Let's go over to Ai de la Cruz from courtside. Go ahead, Ai.
Sa ngayon, hindi pa masabi ng doktor o ng physical therapist na Letran kung makababalik pa si Ray ng batak sa larong ito. But Ray is very much in pain. Kanina, tinatanggal lang yung medyas niya. Nasasaktan na siya. And according to him, 2 weeks ago, na-sprain na pala the same ankle, the left ankle, na-sprain niya sa practice. Kaya ngayon, konting twist niya lang na mali ay na-sprain ulit. Back to you, Ellie and Nico.
Thank you very much. I guess, Ellie, with what Ai shared with us, that really just paints a picture of how important this game is. Not only for their final 4 chances, talking about Letran, but also for someone like Nambata, who has played for Letran even in high school, as Koga and Semerad failed to connect on the fast break. So alam niya, more than anyone else probably on this team, kapag San Beda yung kalaban, you have to show up. Whether you're battered, you're bruised, or you're hurt, magme-medyas ka kahit gaano kahirap yan isuot o tanggalin, and you have to play.
You have to admire yung guts nitong si Ray ng Batang. Unfortunately for him, he re-injured that ankle. Still struggling from downtown. Itong Letran.
That makes them 0 for 15 now from 3-point area. That's just...
And those are good looks.
Yeah.
A lot of those are wide open threes given to them by the defense of San Beda. Ang nangyayari kasi dito, Nico, since hindi sila makapukol from the outside, lalong sumisikip ang depensa nitong San Beda, and that is where the big guys come in. Kahit na dumadrive ng mga Letran Knights, especially their smaller guards, nakapayong ang depensa ni na Adiogo, ni na Semeran, ni na Kyle Pascual.
You know, LA, in the first quarter, kung babalikan po natin, the last time na nakashoot ang Letran in the first period was at the 5:25 mark to get the lead 8-7. Matapos po noon, yung susunod na field goal nila, susunod points nila, came in the second period na 7:54 mark, 19-10. So they were down 11 already before that, pero in between that long drought, LA, we were talking about it, they had 5, 6, maybe 7 good looks from 3. Open shots, a product of their offense, a product of their system, hindi lang talaga nahulog. So how different could the complexion of this game have been kung na-shoot yun ng Letran?
Oh, napakalaking difference nun if they were able to convert on those shots. That would open up the lanes for them to drive as Mark Cruz continuously. So 0 of 16 na sila from downtown.
And you know, we can't take anything away from San Beda either. This has just been a defensive masterclass para dito sa Red Lions.
Yeah, and alam naman natin yan, San Beda is also known as a defensive team. They don't get enough credit for it, but Coach Boyd Fernandez has really developed them into a well-oiled defensive machine here, and they are way in control of this game, up by 20 points with 8 minutes remaining here. Nakanakaw pa sila doon. Great baseline look. Boga straight to Mendoza.
22-point advantage San Beda over Letran. San Beda doing a lot of this without Ola Diogono on the floor. Three-pointer on the way, still nothing for Letran. Second serving para sa kanila dito.
Still nothing. At itong zona ng San Beda ay pasikip ng pasikip hanggang hindi napapatunayan ng Letran that they can hit it from the outside.
Cruz to the corner. Dumbeling is blocked. Ball is live. That's another block. First David Semerad, then JP Mendoza. Tonko goes away from the screen. Tonko ball fake, and Tonko will head to the line for two.
We have to credit itong si Mendoza as doing the dirty work para dito sa San Beda. Great defensive job for him. Actually, his teammates are really clapping for him, cheering him on. He's not a top scorer para dito sa Mendoza. He gets a high five from Coach Boyd Fernandez. He has done a great job para sa kanyang kupunan.
Timeout tayo, more when we return. Cheer for their team in the juniors. Also beat Letran earlier.
At ito San Beda, who's has an 11-2 record, will try to keep the number one spot. Arellano trailing them 10-4. JRU with the 9-5. Tabla sila ng College of St. Benilde. Perpetual a game behind. At ito ang Letran right now, carrying a 6-7 record. Lyceum, the door is still a little bit open for them, 6-8. Mapua, San Sebastian, and Eya rounding up ang ating mga teams already eliminated from the Final Four race.
24 points, brand new largest lead. Cruz on the reverse swing. Here's Mark Cruz, short jumper. That will not fall for Mark. Tonko, aagawan ni Dumbeling. And Letran will get a touchdown.
One of the few and rare easy baskets for Letran this afternoon.
Boga to Kyle. Kyle sells it to that jumper.
Every time he gets squared up, it's almost automatic para dito kay Kyle Pascual, who I believe will be a good pro, Nico. No? He was able to play and have good post defense. Tapos yung deadly 15 to 18 feet medium jumper niya. I think he will be a quality big man as he goes up to the professional ranks.
Publico will miss it. You expect Kyle Pascual to extend that range out to the three-point area as well. He's done that the last season or so para dito sa San Beda. There's going to be a foul here. It's going to be on Ranville Tonko.
Going back dito kay Kyle Pascual, he's a legitimate, 6'5", maybe 6'6". At alam naman natin, pagka mayroon kang ganyang height at ganyang shooting ability, you are a rare commodity. So definitely will always find a home in the PBA.
Well, he's been an excellent teammate, a very coachable young man.
Diba, Nico? Pagka sa ibang team yan, siguro babad na yan. But he has not complained with his role. You mentioned it earlier, the first half. He has played support, played power forward a little bit. Backup para kay Ola. Wala ka maririnig sa kanya. Every time he comes in, he gives us 100%.
Red Lion captain for this year, Kyle Pascual. Tonko over to Kyle. They swing it. JP. Here's Kyle for three. Right on target goes Kyle Pascual.
Kyle Pascual making Nico and I look good on that play. Itong, as long as he is squared, he can hit it from anywhere. At tuloy-tuloy ang ratsyada dito ng San Beda, and they have not let go of that zone defense.
Dumbeling for three. Nothing but the board.
That has really been the story this afternoon. If you just joined us, San Beda has been shooting the lights out. On the other hand, Letran missing wide open threes that they usually make.
We haven't seen Kevin Racal in a while for Letran, and Mark Cruz has gone to the bench para dito kay Coach Caloy Garcia. Boga will miss. Kyle fights for the rebound. It will stay with San Beda as Castro taps it out of bounds. Uhugot na itong si Coach Caloy Garcia from the bench. He will insert John Calvo at that point guard position. And similarly, JP Mendoza will receive a hand as rookie JV Mocon out of San Beda High now enters the floor for the Red Lions. Kyle with a jumper. Kyle Pascual is pouring it on.
Pascual already with 11 points here.
Contigo for 3. Still won't go.
It has really been a frustrating afternoon for Coach Caloy Garcia. Remember, this has been the two teams that has been in the finals for the past 2 years. San Beda coming out on top both in season 88 and 89. San Beda coming up short both occasions. But yun nga, yung kawalan ni Raymond Almazan, we cannot overemphasize this, has really provided a huge hole on the offense, especially defensively, para dito sa Letran Knights.
Compare and contrast Letran's usual numbers. They usually average 72 points per game on 37% shooting with 41 rebounds per game. Today, yung 72 na yun, so far 37 lang po. Yung rebounds sa 41 ay 41 ay nasa 35 pa lamang, and they're shooting 5% lower than usual at only 32%. As Art de la Cruz, who enters this game, scores a layup to go. We have a timeout. We'll be back with more after this.
Here para dito sa San Beda Red Lions, but it has really been a team effort para sa kanila. Diogo has poured in his share. Amer has put in his share. Etong Mendoza, not really scoring a lot but providing the defensive energy para sa kupunan ni Coach Boyd Fernandez. And Kyle Pascual also connecting with a lot of jumpers. So this is what makes it very difficult to beat San Beda. As we take a look at the remaining games para sa kanila, they got Lyceum ng Wednesday, September 17, Perpetual, JRU, and Arellano. So mahihirap din ang mga kalaban itong San Beda Red Lions.
Oh, absolutely. If San Beda wants to lock down that #1 seed, they will not be able to do so against lighter assignments, as Calvo will miss a layup. Lalo na yung mga teams na yun, talking about Perpetual, Arellano, and JRU. All of those teams badly need a victory dahil sila yung naka-logjam sa likod ng San Beda.
Again, the pace to the Final Four has been heating up. At ang ating mga remaining games, malalaman natin kung sino ang final cast natin.
A loss here will seriously diminish Letran's chances of entering the playoffs after 2 straight finals appearances in the last 2 seasons. Pero you know that in the minds of these Knights, that's not what worries them. They will be upset on the trip home dahil sa lahat ng pagkatalo na naranasan nila sa San Beda. Pa sila natalo ngayon, and that always stings a little bit more losing to your rival.
Definitely, itong kanilang mga rival means a little bit more tradition. Knowing the players, talagang some of them even rivals from high school, naglalaban na sila, so you don't want to lose against your rival.
Kapatid, abangan ng 17th Asian Games sa Incheon, Korea, magsisimula September 19, 7 p.m. Dito lang po sa TV5. Continue to give you all the largest and grandest sporting events in the world. 13 for 62 field goals ang Letran. A very glaring 0 for 19 from 3-point mark.
Especially for a team that does not have a post presence, does not have scoring big men. That 3-point shot is very vital for the cause of Letran. And so far this afternoon, 0 of 19, it has really deserted them.
Dan Sara now on the floor para dito sa San Beda. Mocon, ringless but not the good kind. Sara cannot save it. 30 ang abante ng San Beda. In a performance that I'm sure makes up for their first round loss. Kalaban netong Letran.
Tandaan natin, 64-53 was when Letran in the first round beat itong San Beda, and Ola Aguinaldo was unable to play on that game. What a world of difference here in the second round sa Nico. San Beda, you know they were fired up coming into this basketball game. It's more than just keeping that #1 spot, it's beating your rival, etong Letran.
Inside the final 120 of the ball game, and Kyle Pascual with a block, and Letran still unable to finish 3 tries. All of them misses for the Knights. Sara. Emergency pass out to Mocon. JV gets the contact and the foul.
JV Mocon was the season 88 Juniors MVP, Finals MVP. So nakita na natin talaga na napakalalim ng bako itong si Coach Boyd Fernandez at he is a rookie now. Part of the 5-peat champions ng Red Cups at he definitely has a great future here para sa Red Lions. He is moving, adjusting from the center and power forward spot, playing more of the small forward role. Nung tinanong nga natin earlier the season kung ano yung nakikitang role ni Coach Boyd sa kanya, is probably down the road to replace a Rome De La Rosa na gumraduate para dito sa kupunan ni Coach Boyd. So big shoes to fill para kay Mocon, but he has the talent to make sure that happens down the road.
Felix Aprico is now part of the 5 para dito sa Letranas. Both coaches emptying out their benches. We also see Lance Abude on the floor now para dito sa San Beda. Mocon will be whistled for a foul.
Itong si Lance Abude is also a teammate sa juniors program nitong si JV Mocon. Actually, tatlo silang rookie dyan, no? Kasama pa dito si
Randall Tongko.
Oo, Tongko.
Here's what Letran has left. Matchups against Benilde, Arellano, Mapua, and Lyceum to try and make the most of season 90.
Actually, alam mo kasamang Nico, with the impending loss of Letran, they will slide down to 6 and 8, but they are not yet out of that Final Four running. They still have a slim chance. Kaya lang ang problema, they have to win their next remaining 4 games, and meron ng factor yung ibang koponan. Other teams will have to lose in order for them to have a slight shot at a Final Four berth.
No, we did say that the magic number is 11. So after this loss, Letran can only get up to 10. So may halong dasal ka na.
May halong dasal ka na, hoping for a playoff probably. Hoping that teams like Arellano, maybe GRU or St. Benilde start losing some of their games. But we know that Coach Caloy Garcia will not give up on this season as long as there is a chance, or even if there is still no chance. Alam mo naman na ang Letran Knights talagang lalaban to the very end.
31-point advantage here for San Beda as Felix gets the second free throw to go.
Coach Boyd Fernandez has done a wonderful job orchestrating at yung kanyang mga pagbalasa ng tao. That mini run at the start of the third quarter for Letran was quenched because of his defensive adjustment going to the zone as Lance Abude scores a basket. Publico rejected by Dan Sara, but that was sometimes di natin napapansin yung coaching brilliance nitong si Coach Boyd Fernandez because you look at their lineup, napaka-loaded. But how many teams, Nico, have we seen napakalakas, napaka-loaded, but they don't win? But you have to give credit where credit is due. Coach Boyd Fernandez knows his team, knows how to motivate his team, at marunong din siya ibalasa ang kanyang very talented San Beda Red Lions squad.
LA, Coach Boyd would be the first person to tell you that you are wrong in that statement, and he'd probably be the only person na sasabihin mali ka in what you just said. He almost never takes any credit for himself. Pag natatalo sila, he takes the game completely. He stands up for his guys. Really, a show of class is Coach Boyd Fernandez. That's why he's had so much success. Sa bawat level na pinag-coacha niya, is a multiple-time champion with NLEX in the D-League, has won a championship with Santa Lucia in the PBA, and is obviously trying to defend the championship he won last year kasama itong kanyang San Beda Red Lions. Mocon open for 3. That won't go. Offensive rebound para dito sa San Beda. Lance Abude will take it. You go to the other side in Coach Caloy Garcia, and obviously he hasn't had the lineup nakasanayan netong Letran. They entered this season in a little bit of an interesting flux dahil they're able to bring back etong si Mark Cruz and able to bring back etong si Kevin Racal. A couple of their role players in Ruaya and Gabawan in the second year netong si Reynang Batak. But apart from that, they haven't really had yung loaded Letran lineup na nakakasanayan natin. They're developing some players. They're looking to continue to recruit. But you look at Letran on your schedule if you're an NCAA team, and you still always have to prepare dahil hindi mo alam what Coach Kaloy Garcia can make his team do as finally Letran makes a 3-pointer in this game.
Itong sina Publico, si Contico, these guys have potential. And nakikita na natin yung moments of brilliance. Kumbaga, but yung consistency is still not there. I think the biggest challenge para dito kay Coach Kaloy Garcia, and he was the one who mentioned it during the All-Star game. Sabi niya, wow, ganito palang mag-coach ng mga may big guys. So it's really the front line that has been the weak link. Kumbaga, and no, you know, kumbaga sa mga big guys na they're thrusted into a situation wherein talagang they're just rookies, sophomores na hindi pa sila ganun kalakas. But at least lumalaban naman sila. So the potential for these guys to continue to develop will help Coach Kaloy Garcia down the road para sa programa niya dito sa Letran.
And a great show of respect despite some heated moments in this ball game. Both teams come to center court with handshakes and smiles for each other, led by the head coach na pinag-uusapan lang po natin, Coach Kaloy Garcia and Coach Boyet Fernandez. So another chapter in the storied rivalry of San Beda and Letran will come to a close. This one in dominating fashion for the defending champions as San Beda comes away with the victory.
Nakabawi na itong San Beda after losing the first round. San Beda comes up big here, winning 73-40.